The great erasure. You can't handle the truth. Ever notice how history feels a lot like a bad rom-com sequel? All the white characters return, conveniently forgetting the black ones ever existed. Shocking, I know. Turns out, erasing black history isn't just bad taste, it's practically an Olympic sport. And spoiler alert, the world's been stuck on this messed up game show for centuries. Think of it like this. Imagine your grandma's legendary sweet potato pie recipe, but someone swapped out the sweet potatoes for turnips and slapped their name on it. That's basically what's been happening to black history. Except, instead of a delicious dessert, we're talking about centuries of knowledge, innovation, and straight-up brilliance. And let's be real, who doesn't love a good conspiracy theory? Well, buckle up, because the whitewashing of black history is the OG conspiracy, complete with more plot twists than your average season of The Crown. It's time to unpack how we got to this point, because folks, ignorance isn't bliss. It's just plain old ignorance. Lies we tell ourselves, from Egypt to the civil rights movement. Let's start with the classics, shall we? Ancient Egypt, land of pyramids, pharaohs, and apparently a whole lot of folks who forgot sunscreen existed. For years, Hollywood's been casting Cleopatra whiter than a polar bear in a snowstorm, conveniently ignoring the fact that, Egypt is in Africa. It's like saying Italy's most famous dish is General Tso's chicken. Fast forward a few centuries, and we've got the transatlantic slave trade. Now you'd think an event that horrific would be pretty hard to erase. And yet, history books somehow managed to paint it as a casual migration, like black folks just decided to take a little all-expenses-paid cruise to the Americas. Newsflash: forced labor and generational trauma aren't exactly what the brochure promised, and don't even get me started on the civil rights movement. We're talking about a time when black people risked their lives for basic human rights, and somehow, the narrative got twisted into a heartwarming tale of white saviors. It's like watching a horror movie and pretending the killer was just misunderstood. The truth is, history has a bad habit of conveniently forgetting certain voices. And by voices, I mean the experiences, struggles, and triumphs of entire communities. But hey, at least the turnips in the pie tasted alright, right? Wrong, because this kind of historical amnesia has consequences. Living in the Matrix, the legacy of whitewashed history. Imagine growing up thinking your ancestors were just background characters in the epic story of human civilization. That's the reality for millions who've been fed a whitewashed version of history. It's like being handed a puzzle with half the pieces missing and then getting blamed for not being able to see the full picture. This erasure creates a domino effect. It fuels stereotypes, justifies discrimination, and perpetuates systems of inequality. It's like the gift that keeps on giving, except the gift is a big old bag of systemic oppression. Think about it. When we erase the contributions of black scientists, inventors, and artists, we create a world where black excellence is seen as the exception, not the rule. We internalize these narratives, and before you know it, we're living in a society where black children are less likely to be seen as gifted and talented, and more likely to be seen as a threat. The legacy of whitewashed history is a world where black voices are silenced, black stories are untold, and black lives are undervalued. It's time to unplug from the Matrix, folks, and see the truth for what it is. Reclaiming our narrative, decolonizing history, one textbook at a time. But hey, don't reach for the despair just yet. There's good news too. Across the globe, people are waking up to the fact that history is not a spectator sport. We're not just passively consuming narratives anymore, we're actively shaping them. From university classrooms to museum exhibits, black historians, artists, and activists are reclaiming their narratives and rewriting the script. We're talking about a full-blown cultural revolution, and trust me, this time, nobody's forgetting the sweet potatoes. We're seeing Black history integrated into school curriculums, not as a separate Black History Month afterthought, but as an integral part of the human story. We're witnessing the rise of Black-owned publishing houses and media platforms, amplifying voices that have been silenced for far too long. This is about more than just adding a few black faces to the history books. It's about dismantling the systems that allowed for those faces to be erased in the first place. It's about recognizing that black history is American history, is world history, is human history. And it's about damn time we start acting like it. So plug in, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be the first notified for new content.